What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update, fourth stimulus check update, and related news. The IRS confirms payments for stimulus checks. We're going to go over the latest statement from the IRS, as well as directly from the president about the economy and the upcoming stimulus package, the infrastructure package, as well as some information on unemployment taxes that may or may not affect you. We got a lot to cover in today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos on the upcoming round of stimulus, as there is multiple different provisions on the horizon for the new upcoming fourth round of stimulus. Don't forget to hit the like button and let's jump right in. First up, the CDC comes out and says that fully vaccinated people can now safely travel based on their new guidelines. The CDC said in a new guidance on Friday that fully vaccinated people can safely travel. The agency further said that fully vaccinated people do not need to get tested before or after domestic travel unless the destination requires it. People should still wear a mask while they travel, the agency said, and people should get tested 3 to 5 days after international travel, given the increased risk of virus variants internationally. Unvaccinated people are still advised not to travel at all, the CDC said. The CDC recommends delaying travel until you are fully vaccinated because travel increases your chances of getting and spreading COVID-19, the agency said in the guidance. But the agency said the recommendations could change as more people become vaccinated. Quote, the CDC will update these recommendations as more people are vaccinated and rates of COVID-19 change and additional scientific evidence becomes available. At the same time, the agency issued the guidance, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky still sounded a cautionary note about travel overall at a White House press briefing on Friday. Quote, we know that right now we have a surging number of cases, she said, when asked to clarify whether the agency was still calling on vaccinated people to avoid travel that is not essential. Quote, I would advocate against general travel overall. Our guidance is silent on recommending or not recommending fully vaccinated people travel. Our guidance speaks to the safety of doing so. If you are vaccinated, it is lower risk. Republicans in Congress thinks that President Biden doesn't really want to work with them on the next package, the infrastructure package. And while Republicans are already signaling that there's not going to be a single Republican vote for the next package, although the Democrats can pass this next stimulus package / infrastructure package completely on their own, just like they did the third stimulus check package through the reconciliation process. Republicans on Capitol Hill say President Biden's infrastructure proposal is the clearest sign yet that the White House has no intention of working with them on big legislation. The $2.2 trillion plan unveiled this week by President Biden takes a direct aim at former President Trump's signature economic achievement by raising the corporate tax rate that Republicans lowered in their 2017 tax cuts, known as the Trump tax cuts. Quote, it's pretty clear that the way it's being crafted is far left and goes after the marquee item that we passed on taxes, said a Senate Republican aide. Biden's proposal fundamentally takes the approach that government and government spending is the answer, and we strongly disagree with that. Senate Republican aides think it's highly unlikely that any Republican senators will vote for Biden's plan. Nothing that even a key moderate like Collins is allied with the party's core position of favoring lower taxes. The IRS has a brand new statement out that says they are processing the next wave of stimulus payments, the fourth wave. Remember, the first wave was on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. The second wave was the next Wednesday, March 24th. The third wave was March 31st, and now the fourth wave is being processed now. As you can see here directly from the IRS website, the IRS and the Treasury Department are dispersing more economic impact payments, aka stimulus checks, Under the American Rescue Plan, the total tops 130 million people, with more to come. Starting Friday, a large set of payments, which is today, will begin going to Social Security and other federal beneficiaries who didn't file a 2020 or 2019 tax return and didn't use the non filers tool last year. These payments will go to Social Security Retirement, Survivor or Disability (SSDI), Supplemental Security Income (SSI), and Railroad Retirement Board (RRB) beneficiaries. As announced previously, these payments will begin to be issued this weekend, starting today, with the projection that the majority of these payments will be sent electronically and received and clear pending on April 7th. Okay, that's Wednesday the 7th. So, just to be clear, the IRS is starting to send out payments today, as expected, which is good news. And they will continue through the weekend. And this is all done electronically via computer. And they are expected to pend until Wednesday, April 7th, as many of our Social Security Administration, our Social Security recipients are expecting to receive their direct deposits, their direct express card deposits on this upcoming Wednesday, April 7th, based on this IRS statement. There is a possibility that some people might get their money early if their bank releases it early, but don't expect that. If that happens, it's just a bonus. That does happen with some of the past previous direct deposits. Some banks released it early, but you really can't count on that. Count on Wednesday, April 7th. No action is needed by most people to obtain this round of economic impact payments. People can check the IRS Get My Payment tool to see if their payment is scheduled. The IRS notes that the Get My Payment tool will not be updated until this weekend of April 3rd to April 4th. So basically, Saturday or Sunday, which most likely, knowing the government, means Sunday or Monday. If you're frustrated with the IRS Get My Payment tool, don't check it until Sunday night, as they likely won't have any updates until then. I'll keep you posted. So again, the IRS notes that the Get My Payment tool will not be updated until the weekend of April 3rd or 4th, with information for Social Security and other federal beneficiaries expecting payments next week on April 7th. For the VA, the IRS continues to review data received from the VA for benefit recipients and expects to determine a payment date and provide more details soon. Currently, the IRS estimates that the stimulus checks for VA beneficiaries who do not file tax returns could be dispersed by mid April. VA beneficiary payment information will be available in the Get My Payment tool at a future date. So it looks like they're in the process of doing the VA checks. It's not anything the IRS did. Really, I don't know if I can blame Social Security either. I know a lot of people are, but basically what happened is if you didn't file a 2019 or 2020 tax return or use the non-filer tool, the IRS doesn't have your information and they can't use old information that they may have. So basically, they have to wait for the Social Security and the VA to send over the new batch of information so that they can process these payments. Social Security took 12 days to do it. They got that over to the IRS. Then the IRS takes a few days to test the information, make sure it's valid, and do whatever they need to do. And they're now sending it out starting today with the expected clearing date of Wednesday, April 7th. The VA board had to do the same thing, and it seems like the VA was not quite as fast, if you can consider what the Social Security Administration did fast, but the VA was even slower than the Social Security Administration. So, unfortunately, our veterans that have fought for this country, defended this country, and served our country are going to be one of the last people to get their stimulus check. I'm very sorry about that. I wish there was something that can be done. The only thing I can do is bring you the latest information and offer my condolences. But hopefully, the VA, we will see a direct deposit for the next Wednesday, April 14th. Hopefully, I'll keep you up to date. A new update on the $10,200 unemployment tax break, the federal unemployment tax break. This is done from the third stimulus check package and is retroactive based on back to 2020. This was from the third stimulus package and has already passed. This includes a $10,200 unemployment tax break for the year 2020. However, and actually, I just got some breaking information. The Capitol Hill is on lockdown after police say that a vehicle rammed into two officers on Capitol Hill. I'll get to that here in a second. The $10,200 unemployment federal tax break is not necessarily a state tax break. There's 13 states that aren't offering the tax break on the $10,000 unemployment benefits received last year, according to H&R Block. This $10,200 tax break for the federal level generally means the average person will receive an extra $1,000 in stimulus money. This is from the third stimulus check package, an extra $1,000 stimulus check. It could be a lot higher if your effective tax rate is 25%. It could mean $2,500 for you. So it could mean a little higher, a little lower based on your effective tax rate. The remaining states partially or fully exclude benefits from the tax. More than a dozen are adhering to the new federal rule, and others don't levy an income tax, for example. As of this week, 13 states aren't excluding unemployment compensation from taxes, according to H&R Block. You can see them on this graph right here on this chart. They are, and may may the luck be with you, may the force be with you, may the odds be ever in your favor. They are Colorado, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, North Carolina, New York, Rhode Island, South Carolina, and West Virginia. So, unfortunately, if you are from one of these 13 states, you do not get a tax break on your state unemployment. So, you will get the $10,200 of unemployment tax break if you had unemployment income last year on the federal level, but you will not get a tax break on the state level if you are from one of those 13 states. It also looks, based on this graph, that the partial unemployment breaks are for Wisconsin and Indiana, which might mean you might need to pay partial taxes for if you're in one of those states. Also, breaking new information that is literally just coming in. There's really not much more than this. Capitol Hill is now on lockdown after police officers say a vehicle rammed into two officers in Washington, D.C. on Capitol Hill. That is literally all the information here as I'm filming this video. I will keep you up to date on this, and hopefully this is not anything more than just this one incident. Every day that goes by, we're getting more and more congressmen and congresswomen from the Senate and the House of Representatives that are pushing President Biden to include a stimulus check in this next package. In fact, the cries from Democratic legislators are actually for larger stimulus checks than we've seen in the past. The two proposals right now, the one that just came in the last 48 hours from Senator Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren is also the co-author on the student loan forgiveness bill and the $200 per month Social Security increase. Feel free to tweet her and contact her as much as possible if you want any of those in the near future. They're pushing President Biden to include $2,000 monthly stimulus checks until the pandemic is over. And in fact, they just did a letter signed by 21 different senators on Tuesday and pressed Biden to include monthly stimulus payments and automatic extensions to unemployment insurance in this $4 trillion next infrastructure package. President Biden has only unveiled the first half of the infrastructure package, the package that is mostly focusing on physical infrastructure, roads, bridges, getting rid of lead pipes that have lead for water drinking, and building Amtrak and stuff like that. It's $2.2 trillion. That is just the first half of it. The total bill is expected to be around $4 trillion or somewhere in that area. And President Biden says the next unveiling of the second half of the package will likely focus on human infrastructure and building our economy with people. So it'll be interesting to see what type of stimulus gets added in here. There was talk from the White House actually that there could be free preschool and free community college for anybody interested in free community college. The government will just pick up the bill. And this is something that happens in a lot of other countries where college is completely free. As you know, the cost of college is outrageous in the United States, along with healthcare coverage. If you have to pay for your own healthcare, it's absolutely insane. Me and my wife spent over $1,000 per month just for our health insurance coverage, and we have $5,000 deductibles for each of us. So basically, they don't cover anything until we pay $5,000 in addition per person, in addition to the $1,000 or $12,000 per year health insurance coverage. So yeah, health insurance is very expensive. My wife just said on Capitol Hill that the suspect is in custody and two officers are injured. By the way, the new healthcare subsidies from healthcare.gov that was included in the last stimulus package, which basically, if you get health insurance from healthcare.gov, can reduce your payments or even pay for your entire payments. There's money from that from the third stimulus package and new provisions in there. Actually started yesterday, April 1st. Extra premium subsidies approved as part of the recent stimulus bill will be available on the Federal Affordable Care Act exchange starting, well, now. Current enrollees and those seeking Obamacare coverage can access the additional help for 2 years as part of the third stimulus package signed into law now. However, those who are out of work won't likely be able to sign up for the $0 premium coverage. That is where the government is going to pay your COBRA subsidies. There, if you lose your job, they'll actually pay 100% of your COBRA payments. This likely won't go into effect until July, as they're trying to set up a system to do this. But basically, as you can see here, this boost for federal health care from healthcare.gov, enrollees will pay no more than 8.5% of their income if you qualify for the income levels. So those earning more than 400% of the federal poverty level, about $51,000 for an individual and $104,800 for a family of four, will be eligible for help for the first time. The president also launched a special enrollment period on February 15th so the uninsured can sign up for coverage, and recently extended this deadline to August 15th to give consumers more time to take advantage of these subsidies. I will keep you up to date with everything stimulus related on the horizon. We're also expecting more mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, and utility assistance coming from the third stimulus package as well as they set those up, and stimulus checks on the state level and county level, as we just seen 3 states, California, Maryland, and New Mexico, I think it was, just passed statewide stimulus checks for low income residents that qualify on their guidance. We're going to see a lot more of that as states are getting $350 billion. So I'll keep you up to date on all of this. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. This way you don't miss out on new updates. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications so you get reminders when we go live every day, which is 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.